Bonjour tout le monde, Alex here in Montreal, Quebec. This is my third day here on this trip. It's a beautiful sunny morning out here on this Thursday, May 23rd, 2026. It is 9:15 a.m. and we're at the intersection of Boulevard Cavendish and Rue Sherbrooke. And we're also in the Borough of Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, or NDG for short. And in English, it means Our Lady of Grace. I'm sure some of you guys know that by now. And it's a bit of a long bus ride. I just got off the 138, and I took it from Atwater Station. I don't have a comfortable sleep. And it's going to be yet another productive day for me. So, first walking video of the day. And I thought I would head on out to the NDG borough, because I hear this street's kind of interesting, including the shops and businesses along the way, mostly independent. And we are west of downtown Montreal. There's a Shoppers Drug Mart here. I think this is an English part of Montreal, because a lot of the streets we were passing on the bus mostly had English names. There's Lansdowne, Windsor, Victoria, Strathcona. We were also passing through the town of Westmount, which is an affluent town and is predominantly English speaking. And yeah, the streets around here are kind of nice. Kind of remind me of back in Toronto, but still has that laid back vibe, and some old buildings as well, but not as old as what we saw in Old Montreal or elsewhere downtown. And it's much cooler now. It's around 7 degrees Celsius. So yesterday it was around 25. The temperature significantly went down. And so for the first time on this journey, I am wearing a zip-up sweater. And this is West Hill Avenue. I didn't expect this to be a long bus ride, but there isn't really a metro station around here, so it kind of made sense to take the bus out here. But it's more of like a scenic ride if you want to, see the surrounding area. Although what I don't like about these buses is the logo of the STM, the chevrons, are blocking the view. I mean, you can see, but it is not the greatest. I still made a video anyway because obviously I'm an explorer, so. And 100% of the buses, or actually I think about 98% of them, are Nova Bus, because Nova Bus is based right outside of Montreal. Hey, there's our first squirrel. This is the first time I've seen one on this trip, and it's a gray squirrel, but that's not surprising. And the typical pigeons, like I said, you cannot compare them to back home in Toronto. Literally the freaking same. Actually, if I walk further east, I'll probably be somewhat close to the Vendôme metro station. This is a much quieter part of Sherbrooke than in downtown, of course. And my plan after this is to head back downtown. I'm gonna hop back on a REM, and this time head to De Montaigne. Yesterday I rode the A3 branch to the West Island, which literally opened up this past weekend. And today I'm going to be riding the A4 branch, which opened back in November. Again, really awesome light metro system. In fact, last night I checked out the high-speed elevators at Edouard Montpetit station, connecting the REM and the metro station. The REM platforms are the deepest in Canada at 72 meters, which is equivalent to 20 floors, because it's literally below Montreal. This is Grand Boulevard. This time the sign's actually in English. It's pretty cool. And there's another STM bus. Well, this one doesn't have the chevrons. Well, actually it does, but it's cut open, so you can actually see through. Oh, there's a Korean supermarket here. Interesting. I'm sure Elton and Pat have done respective walking videos around here. Again, if you want to see more Montreal from a local's perspective, I suggest you check their channels out. It's Sky of the Universe and Retro Old School, respectively. This is Beaconsfield Avenue. Oh, looks like this used to be a Japanese place here. And yeah, my trip is halfway over. The first 2 days were really, really hot. Felt like summer, of course. And now it just feels more seasonable in spring. Well, kind of anyway. By June, the bar will raise even more, because summer is around the corner. And no, I did not have anything to eat or drink. Since I had Starbucks yesterday, maybe I'll go to Timmy's at some point. Get my usual iced coffee, and I'll drink it while I'm riding the train. I'll go to De Montagne and back. And then I'll head back to the plateau. I'll make a video along Avenue Montreal, then I'll head to Saint Viateur-Bagel, and then I'll check out the Blue Line again like I did last night, except I'm going to ride all the way from Saint-Michel to Snowdon. And I think I'll check out the upscale shopping mall, Royalmount, which opened up over a year ago. Well, more than a year ago, actually, back in 2024. This is Avenue du Hampton and Côte Saint-Antoine. This is where my bus came through. As we're winding through some residential streets. I'm going to cross over to the other side at some point. Don't worry, I look carefully on the map. Actually, a kid who came here back in 2022 was what inspired me to make this video. And yeah, loving Montreal. It's a very great city. And I highly recommend visiting, of course. Don't get me wrong, visit Toronto all you want. But if you want to see more culture and arts, or if you just want to learn a bit of French, definitely head over to Montreal. But there's also Quebec City if you're way more into history and detail. I mean, I've never been, but maybe that's where I'll head to next. Who knows? Imagine Alto was built earlier, I probably wouldn't even be taking the bus. And here's a Jean Coutu. It's a drugstore here in Quebec. So far, everybody I interacted with speaks English, including in the restaurants in downtown. When I actually saw REM inspectors at Edouard Montpetit last night, they were speaking to a gentleman in English. I mean, English isn't really a huge problem here if you're visiting. I mean, it's always good to start your conversations in French, like I always do. But, so, you know, I was at the Fairview Point Clear shopping mall yesterday. Since I know the West Island is predominantly English speaking, I started my conversation in English with the baristas at Starbucks. Here's another STM bus, this time on the 105 Sherbrooke. So if I want to get back to downtown, either I could hop back on the 138, or I can walk to Vendôme Station, which is actually not too far. I wouldn't actually mind. Okay, you know what? Why don't we cross over to the other side? We're here at Wilson Avenue. See? Most of the street names here are English. It's not terribly chilly, which is actually amazing. It's just a gorgeous morning out here. Hey, there's a Dollarama. I believe a Dollarama was founded here in Montreal too. Here's another dépanneur, convenience store. Look at this, Harvard Avenue. Actually, this is a much better thumbnail. This is all very interesting here. Oxford Avenue. I think once we pass Vendôme Avenue, then I know that we're just near the metro station. I think it's an extra 5-minute walk or even more than that. It's a little bit close. But either way, I wanted to start all the way back there. And I think Highway 15 is coming up. It's called the Carey Highway. It actually runs in a trench right below Carey Boulevard. I'm not sure what park this is. There's Old Orchard Avenue. There's a pizzeria here. Oh, it is a Jamaican restaurant. Oh, look at that. Toronto. I'm only 5 hours away. I have to take Highway 20. And then eventually, at the Ontario border, it turns into Highway 401. Oh, Chalet Barbecue. I've heard of this place. Not that I'm really interested in chicken, but I hear this is a popular place here in Montreal. And here is Rue Addington. And this is the highway we were going over. Oh, look at the view. If you see a Timmy's around here, I'll probably get my drink and then I'll hop into the metro, and then I'll have to because I want to start at McGill Station, so obviously I'll have to take the orange line to Lianagru and then the green line to McGill. Do not enter. Of course, Sherbrooke Street will take you all the way into downtown Montreal. Oh yeah, there is a Timmy's, but I don't trust when they're inside these gas stations. Maybe I'd rather go to a standalone one. Nova buses are plenty here in Montreal. Oh, there's a KFC. Now here is Northcliffe Avenue, and I think the orange line runs underneath. I mean, it's more of a civilization up ahead, but I'm gonna wrap up the video and walk over to Vendôme Station. I'll continue on my day. So guys, merci, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Haven't already, stay tuned for more videos. Check out my others as well. I will see you guys all on the next one. Take care and au revoir. Peace out. Bye bye.